Once again, we return to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. This time, 2 episodes. 49 was a little delayed last week, and by the time it got subbed, I wanted to do the Vanguard video, so just didn't get to it. But once again, thank you to Entama Subs, who I was informed is actually a girl. But as always, thank you for bringing us to this. You're the one keeping the franchise going, as Konami sits there snorting cocaine. Note, I don't know this is true, but you cannot sit here and tell me most of Konami's decisions are not based on drugs. Anyways, so yeah, we're talking about 2 episodes. Funnily enough, they kind of go hand in hand in a couple ways, and one of these episodes I quite liked. One, not so much, and why one is good kind of helps explains why I didn't like the other. So it kind of works out for the best, I guess. Let us start off with the one I wasn't crazy about, and that is Roa v. Roman. Yeah, I know, you'd all expect that since I do like Roa quite a bit, that this would be the one I'd enjoy, and there was some good lines, some good jokes. I love the way the whole thing begins with the robot chick explaining the prizes for the tournament, and of course it's the King of Duels, but then it turns out the actual prizes they get are 3 paper crowns, a guitar, and a bunch of cat food. Now, some of you may say, oh, and the best part, Mimi made the crowns herself. That's good. Now, many of you may think the joke is just the prize are lames. I choose to believe this is Konami acknowledging their prize support fucking sucks. Y'all made me drive 2 hours at like 6 in the morning so I could get signed up for your fucking tournament to start late. And the only prize I get after 9 to 10 grueling rounds of mostly facing control decks, because that's always my luck, is an invite and maybe packs and a mat. Fuck you! That being said, God, I miss it so fucking much. But no, I choose to believe this is Konami acknowledging their prizing sucks. Anyways. Oh, and the joke at the beginning of Mimi trying to wonder what the fuck is going on here. Where is she having this conversation? On the toilet. That's good. That's some Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 shit. I love how the helmet has to stay out of the stall. Like, no, you are a male-programmed helmet, and seeing what I do on the toilet is for my OnlyFans account. So yeah, that was that. But then we kind of just move on to the rest of the episode, and something kind of becomes very apparent, and that is Roa and Roman's relationship is really poorly defined. Now let me explain. When we first meet Roman, it's very apparent she's just kind of doing what Roa tells her to. And this was great build-up for Roa because we were introduced to him as being the puppet master, controlling, manipulative, intelligent, cunning, and creative. Then, our first actual scene of Roa included him yanking Roman by the arm, slamming her against a window, and then telling her, like, I'll tell your secret. Like, very malicious, very aggressive, very angry. And at the time, I thought this was a great scene because I thought it was things to come. It didn't go anywhere. It just kind of like was this weird, random, serious moment. And then they just kind of like got rid of it because then when the actual little arc happens, he's not mean to her anymore. Like, he's still manipulative. But it just kind of goes, and they don't build on it. And then when the whole thing is over, it turns out their relationship isn't actually that bad because she's like watching his place and like gets it all messy and other bits that involve the two of them. But yeah, for the most part, I don't feel that their relationship is very well defined because of that one scene. And many of you may say that, oh, well, it's just one scene. That's Roa's introduction. That's the thing. People will remember when they look back on Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s in like 10 years when there's 50 more summoning mechanics and they're remembering the rivals. They'll remember his first scene and how that's how he treats his first cousin. That's a problem because then the show never does anything with it. The two don't have a lot of scenes together because Roa, since he's the rival, has a lot more scenes with Yuga. So I get that relationship, but I don't understand the complexity of this one. And that's a problem because the episode sort of goes on this assumption that you understand their relationship, but I just don't. And then the other problem you have is the other two band members, because once again, they just go right back to him. And you can make the argument, maybe this is a meta commentary, maybe this is talking about bad relationships, that kind of thing, or maybe it's just the fact that Roa is just that much of a manipulator and a narcissist that he can get people to do whatever he wants. But Roa and them didn't have any scenes between them teaming up with Kaizo and them coming back. They just decided to work with him again, which could be okay, except now that this is the second time they've told him to fuck off and leave, it just sort of makes you wonder, is that all they're going to do for the rest of the show? Just be in a constant state of going away and coming back? Will it always be this formulaic? Will it always be this obvious? Is this the end of their arcs? I don't want it to be. I like Gay Drummer Kid. I like the fact that he has this really complicated relationship he doesn't understand with Roa, but if it's just always going to be relegated to the side and never go anywhere, what is the purpose? And then you see in the next episode, and yeah, this was kind of cool. Okay, he's an expert hacker. Why is an 11-year-old drummer an expert hacker? I don't know. I don't care. Also, Cat Guy and Clean Dude are back. Okay, they don't really add anything. So yeah, that's just kind of its own thing. I just don't really know what they're trying to do. And I feel like the time to set up what you wanted Roa and Roman's relationship to be is long past at this point. So, that then leads us into this week, and the reason I think these things sort of go hand in hand is that this episode actually advanced a character and reaffirmed character relationships and almost started up a new one. This was really fucking fun, and I really liked it. So, here's what I like. Gakudo comes up to fight Nail. Now, obviously, you know the duel can't end with Gakudo winning, because obviously Yuga's got to fight Rook. But the weird thing is that Nail also can't win, because then Yuga and crew win, and so therefore it doesn't happen either, so the duel already has to have a weird thing going on to it, so you're already kind of interested to see how that'll work. But then when you bring in that Gakudo is now a weird black stereotype rapper, that wound up being way more funnier than it should be. Gakudo's voice actor in this is a god. He really goes with this insanity and has the energy for it and leans into it and has fun with it. And it's why I fucking love Gakudo. He's so crazy in this. But what was interesting was that it kind of played into a lot of different things with Gakudo. It played into his insecurities, his feeling that he's not living up to his family name, that he's not being a proper sort of leader to Ranze and the other one. No one cares about the other one. Yeah, it really fed into things, and his nervousness of how do I fight Nail, how am I enough, all these things, it didn't need to be spelled out for you, but I like how every character kind of interpreted things differently. I like that Yuga was kind of weirded out, but still interested. I like that Roman was freaking out. I like that Luke was the one who realized that no, Gakudo is doing this for his own, self-consciousness. I think that's sort of different than just the usual either Yuga figures it out or someone just explains it. That's fun and different. Okay, I guess that means that they did spell it out for you, but they kind of let it come out to you in an organic way. Also, I like that Roa kind of, digs it. He's like, you go, you do you, dude. That's kind of funny. But then, as he's making a complete ass of himself, we get the brother nobody cares about just grabs him by the arm and is just you're disgracing the family. Do a duel you can be proud of. And the two just look at each other and have the ultimate bro moment. We're here for the bro moments, damn it. That's right. He just reminds him of his ancestor who looks like him, their ancestors who look like them, and how they conquered Japan or something. I'd love it if it turned out none of this is real. Like, this whole dual style thing he goes with, the things these two do, it's all just some, like, game they made up as kids and they never gave it up. That'd be so fucking funny. But the point is that we know how Gakudo is. We've seen him grow. We've seen him change. So when this kind of thing happens, it feels natural and organic. It's not a choppy relationship that gets brought up once in a while. And then, the way he goes after Nail, the summoning of that Phoenix thing was gorgeous. The card is gorgeous. Gakudo just has such this strong sense of energy to him, and he just goes in for the fucking kill. But, like, Nail's got a maximum card. Also, I love the way Nail went to his maximum card. Like, that was a cool strategy. And, like, Nail's just like, aha, I'm one step ahead. But no, Gakudo's like, I thought of that too. I may not be able to win the duel, but I can put us in a better position. And that was really cool, and it was neat, and I'd love it if maybe, like, Nail's like, I like this guy. But then you get to the end of the episode, and Ranze does not go back to Gakudo. He doesn't do the obvious thing. She goes back to work with Nail, and then her and Gakudo have an exchange with the blushing, so it makes you wonder what's going to happen there. And then at the end of the episode, you know, Yuga and Roa and Rook now get to fight. It's fun. It's entertaining. It relies on the characters. They took the time to build to these things. These are things I want out of my Yu-Gi-Oh show, and again, I like seeing it work, and you know, an episode I didn't like every now and again is not bad, especially with how much I do like this show. So yeah, that was this week's Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. We covered both episodes. What did you think? Do you think Ro and Roman's relationship is fine? Because that's totally okay. Do you like Gakudo and Guy Nobody Cares About having bro moments? Because I do. But anyways, that was this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. As for the TCG question of the week. So I was watching a Robbie Cole video this morning where he talked about how he got scammed by buying a collection online. So it's kind of made me wonder this today, like, you know, players getting scammed, players getting tricked. So my question to you is, do you have an instance where you got scammed or tricked? Rather it's an online seller or a live action seller. I'll just give one of my more recent examples. And by recent, this was already like 2.5 years ago. I was at a regional and a guy was trading with me. And the round came up. He's like, no, we're finishing the trade first. I'm like, well, we got to go. But what it was that he had a Shonen Jump Link Kuribo. I wanted it because I like my Link Kuribos. And I traded some valuable stuff I don't really remember for it. Then I found out that wasn't a Shonen Jump one. He lied to me. It was the Ultra reprint in, what was it, Battles of Legends. But he knew I didn't check because I was trying to get packed up to get to my match. So yeah, that happened, and after that, I stopped bringing my trades to regionals, because it's just a headache. But if you ever had an incident like that happen to you, tell me about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week for the big match. Protagonist, best friend, or gay lover, if you ever go on DeviantArt.